welcome to a low energy Chilliteratea number 20.
We are both.
I was just like, hey, guess what? There's number 20. Is it really? Yeah. And then like, okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody.
It's kind of a countdown. Oof. Hi, how are you? Let's put some music on.
Yeah, let's do that.
Stardew Valley Overture for no reason at all.
For no reason at all.
No, hi. Hi, I'm Sam, this is Lucy, we're both very tired. And it's just worn thin by life, so maybe you can relate to that and identify with how we and, frankly, the rest of the world are doing.
Yeah.
Also, Joey is here.
Yeah, Joey is never not here. I wish to murder car mechanics, and Sam wishes to murder social media.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan. It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello, chat. How are you?
Hello.
How is
hi.
everybody doing?
How are we sounding as well? Are we roughly even and balanced?
Am I muted?
No, you're not muted. Oh, no, you're not muted. Got him.
Sounding good? Yay, sounding good. Hooray. We are both, I mean, well-ish. I am definitely coming down with a cold. Yay.
Yee. I'm perpetually between illnesses, so let's just, you know. Yeah, I have a cat that won't let me sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the illness. Joey is the illness.
Yeah. Better between than in? Ah, yes, but the next one's around the corner. I am much louder to you, but that may just be a speaking volume thing. As a classically trained singer, I am better at projecting my voice.
Shut up. Don't mock me, I've got a sore throat.
I know. The joke is, says the joke explainer,
I know.
that Lucy is the proper singer.
With a sore throat.
Yeah, with a sore throat. I can probably turn you up on Discord a little bit.
I can probably move my mic.
Or that. Yeah, I've got you 140 per Discord. Oh no, now get with the menu.
I don't get Discord. It's weird. I never change my gain on my thing, on my Focusrite, and it just seems to change randomly.
Well, what's it? It's a Tuesday. Yeah, it'll be on Tuesday random settings. That's they have like a little random seed in there based on the day, the week, the month, the minute.
Yep.
And you've done tax stuff today. Hell yeah, I'm gonna crack open a beer for that.
Oh, you got a beer.
I have, because I needed one. Although my stockpile, my supply of
stockpile.
You look, I haven't started yet. My supply of sours is running low. No, you can't have this. You're not old enough. It's getting a bit low, so I might have to order some more soon before they stop making them.
Fair enough. I will probably make myself a lemon and honey in the break because I need it.
Also, oh yeah, we got resubs to thank. Yes, I can.
Oh yes, we do.
Yeah, thank you. You reminded me by chatting. Right. Well, first of all, Yumika, before you go to the kettle workout, thank you very much. Been subscribed for 31 months. Thank you, Lucy.
Nice to see you.
30 months.
Me.
Well, slacking. But
I know, right?
It's fine. Everyone, you're all allowed a month or two, or as many off as you like, frankly. Lady Mephistopheles, you has a button. Thank you for pressing the button. 17 months. Much appreciated. And Parola as well. Adding another one to the collection. Hell yeah. Thank you for the 10 months. And also, hang on a second. It's very important. Me.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Darly Sam, for the 31 months.
Yay.
You've been here since this channel existed.
I got in early.
You did. Yep.
Yay. We match? Hey, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're not struggling for topics. I, at the last second, realised, oh yeah, I got a great topic. Because it's the one that was like... It's like extreme clickbait topicery. But, what are your 3 favourite books? And it was...
There were discussions on the Discord.
Yeah, it kept me up at night. Thanks to it being asked on the Discord. So like 10 minutes before the stream started, and while Lucy wasn't around. So you didn't get the briefing.
Yeah, this is news to me.
Yeah, you didn't get a briefing. We never prepare anything for these. What do you think we are, adults? And I quickly ran around and dug into some boxes behind me to root out some books. Because you asked me to name 3 books, any 3 books, and I struggled. But 3 favourite books, I was like, I don't know, I have to sit and think about this. And then, yeah, I have a lot of books that have all I've enjoyed in different ways and have influenced me in different ways, and for whatever that influence is worth. It's not like I have like a great body of work that I can go like, oh, I have written all of these things and this one is influenced by. I've written a couple of short stories and I'm just going to keep talking about it because it's frankly my only life's achievement. But yeah, I don't know, just with ideas or interests, and there's a lot of different things that I've enjoyed in different ways, so it's a tough one for me to narrow down. Lucy, however, has picked out 3, so off you go.
She?
Yeah, off you go.
Well, I can off the top of my head, I can certainly say 3 that at least stick in my head as ones that have influenced me.
Okay. That seems good.
There's The Go-Between by L.P. Hartley. There is oh god, what the hell's it called? The Inheritors by William Golding. And it's a toss-up between either Jeeves Takes Charge as the first of the Woodhouse Jeeves books, or Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons. If anyone in chat has read Cold Comfort Farm, or if anyone in chat who hasn't read Cold Comfort Farm, read Cold Comfort Farm. It is hilarious and a really good piss take of things like Wuthering Heights.
Nice, okay. Oh.
It is very good. No Charles Dickens in there. I couldn't narrow down Charles Dickens. This is the thing. It's like I love all Charles Dickens. It's wonderful. But
Dickens
if I think
gets
about
his own category of like, pick your favourite 3 Dickens books.
Oh yeah, I have to pick a favourite Dickens, and Dickens is his own thing. But
yeah. Also, in that quick break, Rosie, thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah. Pratchett as well. Like. Definitely, but if I think about books that have actually influenced me and the way I think about both writing and stuff, it'll probably be those 3. Because The Go-Between I read when I was in school. I think we must have studied it, and that I loved.
Yeah.
I really, really loved that book. Quite maybe not dark is not the right word, but it just it was very, very good, and very good for a teenager as well. It's just like, oh, we got some angst in here. The Inheritors very much took me by surprise. I really like William Golding, and The Inheritors was him trying. I will have spoken about it on here before. Him trying out sort of interesting ways of writing, basically writing from the perspective of a very early human, like in sort of Paleolithic times, and just sort of attempting to write in a way that they would have thought necessarily, because we don't know, but yeah, anyway, interesting ways of using language, and it's a very short book and very effective and quite punchy. And then the other 2 that I would choose between, I'm going to say Cold Comfort Farm, I think. I mean, I love Woodhouse so much, but in terms of books that have made me understand satire, Cold Comfort Farm is up there. It is, and also eminently quotable as well. For anyone who has read Cold Comfort Farm, Aunt Agatha saw something. Not Aunt Agatha, God, that's flipping Woodhouse. Aunt Ada saw something nasty in the woodshed. So, it's a good book.
No, okay.
And also female author. Woo.
Hey, nice. Yeah, sorry, because I don't know what I've done different this time with the setup, but yes, I had Lucy's camera.
My Discord keeps on popping up. Yeah,
where it kept getting in the way of my mouse. It's not. No, it's not your fault. It's because of how I got the window set up and stuff. So I've just moved things around, so it should be less on the path of my mouse cursor. I apologise for that, but yeah, sorry for the unnecessary distractions. Yeah, it's like, yeah, for me, it's a very difficult. Obviously, it's a very difficult question because one, I overthink everything, and two, no, seriously, I overthink everything. But like,
it is a hard question, though.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, so because best is a very broad, nebulous term.
Yeah.
Like, how do you define best? Is it books that have impacted you the most and had the biggest influence on you? Books you've enjoyed reading? Because there can be stuff, as I mentioned, I think in a discussion about it, whatever. I mean, I've talked about it enough times. Anthem by Neil Stephenson. It's an absolute tome of a book. It's it's hefty. You could probably kill a horse with that if you wanted. And like, it's kind of dry. It's kind of boring. It's one I would love to recommend to people more and be like, oh, it's really good, because there's parts of it that are, to me, that I found super interesting. And Stevenson seems to have a thing about the concept of the protagonist. Like, he likes to get kind of meta with his stories. Like, Snow Crash literally has a protagonist called Hero Protagonist. So, like, he seems to have a fascination with the concepts, not just like telling a story, but like kind of a story about a story. And if you've hung around him at times, you'll know that's something that fascinates me. And that's kind of what Anthem turns out to be. It's sort of almost a story about kind of the nature of protagonism and everyone being kind of the star of their own story and how that can happen. And it's very
main
cool.
character vibes.
Yeah, but like, everyone's a main character, and it works, and it's good. Like, this is interesting to me, but it's real dry and boring for large chunks of the book as well. Like, I nearly fell off it so many times at the start because, to me, I just found it very dull. And I can appreciate that is necessary in part, but it's also it's like reading a textbook. He says, looking at House of Leaves, which is also which is literally a textbook. It's it is academic criticism about a film. Well, sorry, about a textbook about a film that doesn't exist. It's that's a whole discussion. So like, these are things that fascinate me, but I struggle to go like, read this. This is the best book I've ever read. I mean,
I guess take it as a books that have influenced you the most. I guess that's what I saw.
Yeah. Sorry, one sec. Joey wishes to go.
Also, hi Thunder. Hope you're well.
Hello.
And anyone else we've missed as they've come in. Greetings, everybody. And Ro, nice to see you.
Indeed. Hello.
And yes, Sam, you should read Pale Fire. I will lend you my copy. It is a very quick read, but very much along the vein of.
Hell yeah!
I mean, we were discussing it in. I think Lama and I were discussing it in Discord a little while back. Really interesting.
Yeah.
About writing.
Yeah. Because like, I feel like my top first number one go-to book, you can probably say it for me, is going to be John Dies at the End.
Oh yeah, of course.
I would think, because like, I'm trying to think of its kind of the not that I've like in recent. I don't read as much in the last 10 to 15 years as I used to when I was a kid. Like, as a kid, I was just reading constantly. I would just consume books, and when I finished them, I would read them again. And I just don't do that anymore. And my attention span being what it is, it makes it a bit of a struggle. But like, this is.
You've read more because of Chilliteracy.
I have, yes. But that's the thing. It's not a. This isn't a job, but this kind of makes me read, as opposed to setting aside the time when I could be watching Twitch or playing a video game or doing something else. Like, I don't carve into that time to read. Like, this is when I do that. So yeah, but this is, I guess, as close as it's got to like a book, I think, revitalizing my interest in reading and books. because it's one I remember I bought it and I started reading it, and I kind of couldn't stop. It's a page turner. Like, it just kept me going, and I remember I was literally like taking it to work and sitting like, this was like it's not a big office, but it's an open office, and literally everyone would walk past my desk and see what I was doing, and I was literally sat there with the book on my desk next to me, and when I had a couple of minutes to not do anything, I was just picking it up and reading a few more pages and kept going like that. That's kind of rare for a book to get me like that. But I also don't know that, like, that's the thing, is when we get back to best, I enjoyed this book. I think I enjoyed this book the most out of all the ones in the John and Dave and Amy series. But in terms of, like, concept, I came prepared with apparatus. This book is full of spiders. I think might be the one with, like, the, like, message, I suppose, that has affected me more. Like, John Dies at the End is very much it was written, like, in bits and pieces. It's like a series of short stories kind of collected all together with a bit of an overarching narrative. But it's a lot of, like, short bits and pieces that was written by Jason Pargin. Over like a series of years. Whereas this book is full of spiders. It's like one complete story, start to finish. And it has, like, an overall point about society, about essentially living in a world where you have to accept that anyone around you is capable of violence, and how do you respond to that? And, it's a very hyperbolic treatment of this in the story about people who literally have a virtually indetectable monster kind of piloting them, and at any moment that monster could suddenly take over, and they could, I think as the book puts it, like, monster out and just go on a killing spree. And it's like, oh, well, all these people who might be affected by this, we have to eradicate them. And it's like, no, because that's just day-to-day life. We just have to accept that's how life works. We have people around us constantly, all day, every day, who are capable of doing this. How do you live with that? How do you, like, make the right decision to go on and treat people with empathy and compassion and stuff? And that's, it's a good point made in an extremely overwrought and hyperbolic fashion, as is the purpose. And so that's one that I think affected me more as a story, but it's not as funny. And even, like, as a horror, like, I remember a few years ago, probably many years ago now, seeing a discussion about jump scares in books, and it was like, it's like, when's the time a book jump scared you? Because I feel like that's kind of a difficult thing to do. To like, when a jump scare in a film, TV show, whatever, you've got, like, editing, you've got, like, a hard cut, you can just show a new image, you can, like, do a musical sting, something like that, and that's not the only way to do it, but there's other ways too. But in a book it's much harder, because you literally have to read the words and process them. And John Dies at the End is one of the few books that I can think of that's actually delivered that well for me. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a couple of bits where, and it's just, I think it's because it's just done so casually, like, in the middle of a sentence, he'll just suddenly, like, tell you something that's happened, just completely, like, blasé about it, but you're like, wait, what? Hang on. And it's sort of, and that's
also, it's quite a visual book as well.
Yes,
like the way the story pans out and the way it's written and stuff. So I think that probably helps.
Yeah. And so, like, that's. Hey, this is why I picked this topic for discussion, because it's a fun talk.
Because you can't make a decision about which one's your favourite books.
Yeah. Okay, well, this concludes this half of the stream. Let's go. Freaking Stardew, why not? There's images in this book.
Please continue talking about books.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to, like, hog the mic. You can also have the mic. You can talk about things too. What? Okay, you talk about books.
Oh, okay. I mean, I did my 3, so I feel like you can continue with talking about yours.
I mean, well, I suppose on the topic of jump scares, he said immediately accepting the invitation to keep talking, like a white guy on the internet.
I know him well.
There's like this Glass House by Charles Stross, which
Oh yeah.
it is another one actually that I picked it up and I read through it really, really quickly. Like I
still need to read that.
I churned through it, and well, I'm not going to spoil it then. But that, yeah, just again in quite a casual fashion, it delivers like a pretty strong, just like out of no. It's not like a big turning point for the book or anything, but just like wait, just yeah, sort of existential horror jump scare out of nowhere. And that's like the rest of the book is good, but that's the bit that stuck with me. Like, oh, nice, that's terrifying. Okay, cool. And it's in a sort of matter-of-fact fashion, then just moves on. It's like, right, okay. And so again, it's not, jump scares aren't like everything to me, but it's one of those things that I feel is it's a tricky thing to execute in a book. And so when I encounter it, I'm like, hats off, respect, well done. Yeah.
Erin, you want to write more? A few years being intrigued by writing horror, but never felt you. I reckon you would.
Yeah.
I keep on wanting to, and I know I've talked to Sam about this quite a few times. I would love to do a series of a short story collection of horror stories. I've got so many ideas. I just need to actually sit down and write the damn things.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just need to get back to writing, full stop.
Yeah, same. I've done nothing since putting down the pen on the other ones. Yeah. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm now though. I'm hitting that point of like, oh no, I've not done anything in so long. I need to like the flywheel's gone dead, and I need to spin it back up again. Yeah. And that's
I'm sure you'll find something.
I expect I will, but
You naturally flee to books when life sucks, Kat. Yeah. I a lot of my reading, I think a lot of people's reading when they're like a teenager, if they do read a lot when they're a teenager, a lot of that is I wanna like kind of find who I am in the pages of a book. Like I wanna find my trope sort of type thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crappy for like female presenting people reading fantasy that isn't like now modern fantasy, is like fantasy from a while back, because like all of these protagonists are male and all of the women are sexy or useless.
Just gonna slink out of frame here. This is yours, you go for it, talk away.
Yeah, but yeah, it was always that kind of thing. It's like, well, can we have some badass female protagonists, please and thank you? And obviously we do now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Started like 5 different horror stories, never finished one. See, my problem is I have ideas for, like, for want of a better word, the punchline for a horror story, like the thing that it hinges on, but it's like, how do I get there?
Yeah.
Like, how long do I want to basically set it up for?
It's for me, it's the essentially limitless scope and possibility. It's like, you know, like, I'll have like a scene, and I've told you some of these before. I'll be like, oh yeah, this would be a really cool scene in a story. Like it's like this, and it's set up like this, and it gets to here, and it's like, great, okay. How do I get that, and what do I do afterwards? It's like it's essentially like a mid-story beat of some kind. It's like, what? How do you get there? Who are these characters? And it could be literally, it could be anybody. And we may have addressed it once or twice, I don't know. But I struggle with making decisions and actually nailing things down to be like, it is not these things, it is this. And so in a story, when there is nobody saying at all what a thing can be or what it mustn't be, but me, then it's like, well, how do I... How do I decide? What's this character called? They're called Steve. No, I don't like that. What are they called? Susan. A lot of S's in these names. Maybe it should be someone different. 3 days have gone by and I've not written a word. Like, it's... Yeah, that's where... And I guess it's sort of a form of stage fright, right? It's like the fear of doing something wrong stops me from doing anything at all. And so it's like, if you just do the thing, actually just put something down and commit to it, which is what I had to do with the Voyage stories, because it's like, hey, there's a deadline on this. If you don't do it, either it won't get done or someone else will do it. It's like, no, I must do this. So, yeah, it's like, I guess I need that kind of pressure again.
Yeah. Yeah. Get people like Owen who... Owen? Did I just say Owen?
You did. Who?
Owen. There we go.
Right.
Yes, her name's Owen now. It was super cool, and then just becomes a lovesick child as soon as Aragorn enters the field. Yes.
AOL.
Yeah. But yeah, like
Thank you.
like writing for me is all sort of... I find it much easier to come up with characters and motivations and all of that kind of stuff. Like that tends to be where I come from. And then the world building for me comes a bit, not necessarily later, but it sort of happens around them.
Yeah.
So if I have like a plot idea, I'm just like, well, I need a character.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like working backwards, and it's like, who would do this? Who would be in this situation? Yeah. I'll think, your friends, you just got a earwig. Nice.
I made Dave play a little bit of it yesterday on his stream, but the Neil C's, the Big Ring Lover Guide to Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Just all the different names.
Mm-hmm.
Airhorn.
Yeah.
AOL. Yeah.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tolkien.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm not particularly sorry, Tolkien.
Directed by Tito Jackson.
Oh yeah.
With a picture of Kevin Smith. It's that
art.
Like the jokes per minute in that video is absurd. They're like But
you have to kind of watch several times to actually get everything.
It's a complete because it's getting way off track. But I have so much respect for that video, for just the amount of jokes crammed into it. Just like silly little.
Sorry.
Yep. Yeah. The Kevin is exactly like Tito Jackson picture of Kevin Smith. It's like there's so many that just sneak through. But
You stop being able to. Oh yeah, that sucks, Yumika. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Linking your self-worth to work? Hey. Who'd know a thing about that?
Not us.
Hands up, everybody. So, yeah. Which video? Oh, well.
Oh, he's going to find a link.
I will, but it's probably going to play it for a second.
He's going to tell. He's going to tell.
Hold up.
Found out so hard you couldn't start anything again for years. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, writing's a difficult one.
Not that one, but
hey, no thank you, bot.
No, we're good. But I will pin that one. But I will now find the actual video that I was talking about. 1
I
second.
thought you meant you were going to pin what the the bot thing.
No, that would be very silly. No. Where did it? Where is it?
I like the fact it's called predatory aid. It's like, yeah, genius.
Yeah. Okay.
Fanfic is this is the thing. It's like fanfic. I feel fanfic's got such a bad rep, and I think it's really really good. For people to, especially if you've had a writer's block for a while, it's really good to get back into writing, and it's like that's one of the many reasons I guess that one of the reasons we want people to be inspired by the Voyage stuff, because it's like this could help write stuff about it.
Yeah, so that second link there is the actual one I was talking about. The first one is of absolutely no consequence, but everyone should click it because it's pinned up at the top.
Oh, what have you put up there?
Nothing at all. Don't worry about it.
Is it you?
No.
Oh,
what?
Pity's sake.
What? What? What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Thank you.
What? Ooh, an agent of chaos. Yeah.
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 You read 500k plus words of fanfic, but sometimes can't read more than a page of a book. What's the thing is, like, I think with fanfic a lot of the time is you've done, well, you haven't necessarily done the work, but like the work has been done for you because you know.
Yeah, there's
usually you know the characters, you know the setting.
There's
so
boundaries already defined. Like,
yeah, you don't have to sort of leap into that, both writing and reading it.
Yeah.
Whereas both of those, either you have to create things from scratch yourself, or you have to delve into a whole new thing, and you're like, will I enjoy this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like Salad says, it's nice because the world is there already, so at least all the room to explore deeper.
Yeah.
Indeed. The beleaguered sigh. My specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just looking across my other pile of books. I mean, well, actually, yeah, I suppose talking, not like all-timer favourite, easy recommend book, but one that's like, I kind of in a way was a bit of an inspiration for the Voyage stories. I'm not just going to keep talking about that. I have done other things in my life, but I just keep coming back to it. But
possibly, am I allowed to say that there may be possibly a thing?
Okay.
There may be possibly an audiobook, maybe, possibly.
Oh,
sometime soon.
Yeah. I mean, it was on the
Yeah,
Kickstarter, but
well, it was, but it's just like we've actually
the progress has been made.
Progress is being made.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it might
stream buffering. It buffered for me for a sec there.
Oh, okay.
So.
I haven't dropped any frames. My connection's good, so it might be on your end or a Twitch thing.
Yeah.
But yes, audiobooks are an audiobook of the stories is a progression. So that's cool. But no, I was going to say there's two of these. This is the first one that I put my hands on. This is How You Die / The Machine of Death. Is so like it was made, I think, for a tabletop game, which I never played, and it was apparently kind of okay but not amazing. The concept being that there is a machine that
yes.
Yeah, I've talked about this to you before.
Yes, you have. I can remember the title.
Yeah. There is a machine that will tell you how you die, but it won't do it clearly. It's a little bit like a wish spell or a genie. It'll like like one of the examples given is it will tell you will die of old age, and you think, great, I have many years to live, life is good, and it's always accurate, but it's inscrutable. It's not useful, and so like say you will die of old age, and you're great. I shall live my life happy and carefree until I hit an old age, and that'll be good. And then you get hit by a car driven by a pensioner, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's essentially the framework that was given to a whole bunch of authors and cartoonists to go, all right, go tell some stories. And so they all kind of took it and put their own spin on it, and the machine works in different ways, or functions in different ways, and dispenses information in sort of different fashions and stuff. But yeah, I sort of like this idea of here is a singular concept. Now everyone explore this, and sometimes it can be funny, it can be whimsical, it can be moving, but it's all sorts of different people like approached it and told stories with it, and that's, I don't know, I liked that concept. I like the approach to it. So yeah, it's not, like I say, it's not like my favourite all-time piece of work as a story or a book, but it's a neat concept and one that's stuck with me since.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I sort of pick that one out when talking about stuff. Yeah.
Any others?
Yes.
Oh no.
Books.
You're meant to have 3.
I know. Look, this is why I struggle.
It is very, very difficult.
I mean, look, here's Slaughterhouse 5.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, which is there's a lot in this that I can't recall and can't cite, but there are. I mean, I first encountered this when one of my lecturers at uni put up a quote about it's essentially explaining how the people of Tralfamador live, the aliens that sort of exist in the book, who are four-dimensional beings, and how, because of that, when they look at humans, they don't see just like us as we are now. They see this long pink worm with two legs that sort of, back at its origin, it starts as a baby, and at the end it's this wrinkly old thing with grey hair that drops into a grave. And that's how they see humans, as four-dimensional beings who kind of exist outside our concept of time. And so, you know, that's why when someone dies, they say, so it goes. Because someone who's dead has just hit that point. Like that's just like the point of their life where they're at. But they still exist in the past and the present. So it's like they see, like, it's neat. And the scene that sticks with me the most, I'm pretty sure I've read it before a few times. I'm not just going to be able to rip it out of the book. Is where, is it Billy Pilgrim, the protagonist? He, like, it's like describing him sitting in front of the TV one evening, and it's like he's become unstuck in time. And he's watching a documentary on TV about World War II, and how basically about how, you know, bombers were scooping up bombs out of the ruined cities across Europe and loading them back into the planes, where they would be carried away to be like unloaded from the planes and taken to factories and just like disarmed, dismantled, defused, and then distributed out to the places that will deconstruct these components for the bombs to, you know, sort of dismantle them even further and down to their component materials, where they will then be sent back further to be buried into the ground and put away for safely and buried for all time. And it's literally just describing the process of manufacturing bombs and dropping them on cities, but in reverse. Is describing that backwards is like, it moves me to tears. Like, genuinely, it is to me, an like overwhelmingly powerful statement about bombs and war and what we do to each other, and just literally running it backwards in this like matter-of-fact fashion is astounding. And it goes on the list because of that. It's just, yeah. So yeah. Yes, I have more books. But I'm talking a lot, so I don't know if you...
I guess I have some more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna forget her name, aren't I?
Oh no.
It's a book called The Knowledge of Angels, or just Knowledge of Angels. And it's by an author who has largely written children's books. But this one book was kind of her... I don't know if she did more, but it was sort of her certainly first foray into just, you know, bog standard non-children's literature, adult literature. And it's... I don't know if it's based on a true story. I don't think it's based on a true story. I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a really good book. And it's about... I think I've probably still got it somewhere. It's about the idea of innocence. And basically it's kind of a social experiment of a bunch of nuns find a girl who's been raised by wolves, and they try to civilize her. And keep from her any kind of religion or anything like that in order to try and prove the existence of God.
Right.
And it is, yeah, it's a fantastic book and ethically fascinating. And yeah, I don't know if this was based on something that actually happened. I don't think it is, because it's in a fictional place.
Yeah.
Set in a fictional island, I think. But it's sort of her story, and also the story of a prince who comes to the island as well, and sort of his journey and stuff. But it was, yeah, it's just such a good book for what appears to kind of be a one-off. I'm gonna have to look it up. Who the heck was the author? Jill Peyton Walsh.
Oh, okay.
Jill Peyton Walsh.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
You will have talked about this, I know.
Yeah. Shortlisted for the 1994 Booker Prize. It is... Yeah. It's really good.
All right.
Strongly recommend. And yeah, definitely... definitely another one that kind of influenced me with ideas about, I guess, philosophical ideas, ethical ideas about how and how to construct that and with it in a story.
Yeah. Oh.
It's very, very beautifully written as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did actually manage to find the section.
Oh, go on.
Okay. It's pretty long. It's like, a few minutes, but I can.
I'm sure no one will complain.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Billy looked at the clock on the gas stove. He had an hour to kill before the saucer came. He went into the living room, swinging the bottle like a dinner bell, turned on the television. He came slightly unstuck in time and saw the late movie backwards, then forwards again. It was a movie about American bombers in the Second World War and the gallant men who flew them. Seen backwards by Billy, the story went like this. American planes, full of holes and wounded men and corpses. This music does not fit at all, by the way, but sure, whatever. American planes, full of holes and wounded men and corpses, took off backwards from an airfield in England. Over France, a few German fighter planes flew at them backwards, sucked bullets and shell fragments from some of the planes and crewmen. They did the same for wrecked American bombers on the ground, and those planes flew up backwards to join the formation. The formation flew backwards over a German city that was in flames. The bombers opened their bomb bay doors, exerted a miraculous magnetism which shrunk the fires, gathered them into cylindrical steel containers, and lifted the containers into the bellies of the planes. The containers were stored neatly in racks. The Germans below had miraculous devices of their own, which were long steel tubes. They used them to suck more fragments from the crewmen and planes. But there were still a few wounded Americans there were still a few wounded Americans, though, and some of the bombers were in bad repair. Over France, though, German fighters came up again, made everything and everybody as good as new. When the bombers got back to their base, the steel cylinders were taken from the racks and shipped back to the United States of America, where factories were operating night and day, dismantling the cylinders, separating the dangerous contents into minerals. Touchingly, it was mainly women who did this work. The minerals were then shipped to specialists in remote areas. It was their business to put them into the ground, to hide them cleverly so they would never hurt anybody ever again. Yeah, the American flyers turned in their uniforms, became high school kids, and Hitler turned into a baby, Billy Pilgrim supposed. That wasn't in the movie, Billy was extrapolating. Everybody turned into a baby, and all humanity, without exception, conspired biologically to produce two perfect people named Adam and Eve, he supposed. Just...
Yeah.
So they would never hurt anybody ever
Makes
again.
you really
It's
think.
like, oof.
Yeah, oof, yeah.
That's,
Well, and like they all turned in their uniforms and became high school kids as well. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so matter of fact and straightforward. It's just literally describing the process of war in reverse. And
Yeah.
hi, Dave. Welcome in. We've got
Hi,
feeds.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Also, good night to whoever it was who went.
Cat, I think.
Cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Sleep
Cat.
well.
Yeah. And welcome in, Raiders.
Yeah. I hope you had a good stream, whatever you were doing.
Dave was doing, if I can remember, puzzles first, as quizzes and stuff, and then Thingy 2, the sequel to other game.
Simulacra.
That's the one. Thank you.
I didn't just look on Twitch.
Oh, that
was what it was
It's
like.
annoying because it's like, oh wait, no, I know, Baudrillard's Simulacra and Simulation, a book I've tried to read many times, and I cannot get through it. Yeah. It's a fascinating philosophical concept that takes me back to university when my lecturers tried to explain it, and I sort of vaguely get the idea. The example given, because sort of layers of simulation and that whole thing of simulations of simulation and so on. and the example I always loved giving, because it was given to us and it's the only one I can remember, was you're like a shoe designer at Adidas or Nike or whoever, Nike, designs a shoe on a computer, and then that shoe is manufactured into a physical object, which is the original. And it's, yeah.
Oh, thank you for the resubscription, Angeline. Mercy buckets. Very nice to have you here.
Moral of the story: you
Dave!
get more followers and engagement for the low price of your soul.
I was
Go to
so
simulator.
close.
Yeah, I was
So
like,
close
okay,
to pressing the ban button on you
Dave's brought
there.
a boss over. Get rid of that.
For that, Dave, you can tell us your top 3 books ever.
Yeah. Now go or
Do it.
ban you.
We've been attempting to.
But I mean,
and turns out it's very difficult.
Funnily enough, on the subject of you know, what is the philosophical approaches to reality and simulation and stuff like that, it's your boy Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
Which, yeah,
Sorry, I do love the fact that on that book, the largest word there.
Oh yeah, is dick. Yeah.
Good job, publishers.
Well, I mean, we've all seen the classic. Here comes the it's like a label, like a library book maybe on the back of it, that's like, do androids dream of electric sheep, but it's do androids dream of dick.
Oh no.
Because book title, author name.
Yeah, of course. Oh, whoops.
Okay, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Emperor.
Oh, is that
by
what that was?
Con Iggulden. Yes.
I was thinking,
Hugged it good.
This is good.
Yes. Yeah, that's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And
Yes,
Stig Larsson's Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Oh.
Good choices.
Do they? I don't know. All this and more can be discovered in this book and many others.
I don't know Emperor.
No.
But the other 2, yes.
Did they?
That is a good choice.
They made a book out of the film? Neat. Okay.
Oh, see, now Dave's mentioned Hitchhikers. I'm like, oh, do I have to say Hitchhikers as well?
Exactly.
Good.
That's another one that feels like it should be on the list by default.
Yeah.
Because it's impossible to not be influenced by it if you, frankly, existed in pop culture at all.
4 books about Judas season 2 after his death. Ah, okay. Intriguing.
Nerd. Nerd.
All nerds are welcome here. Shut
Nerd.
up.
Gonna get him.
Yes, because you're definitely not a nerd.
Not a nerd. No.
We run a channel about books, Sam.
Shut up.
Oh dear. Actually, yes, Dave. Question for you: have you ever read/heard of Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons? Because it feels like something you'd probably enjoy as well. It's satire, basically a piss take of things like Wuthering Heights, and it's very silly.
Can you tell me what Dave just said there? Sorry.
Wow. Hang on, Dave. Nice. Also, hello, Budot. You're also a nerd, so you're not allowed to shout nerds.
Yeah.
It's how it works. Yeah. But yeah, Cold Comfort Farm is fun, and also, like, for you specifically, Dave, there's definitely some characters in there that's just like, these are just kind of like NPC tropes, kind of. So yeah, sort of reading it, it's just like, this is just kind of a little bit like someone's sort of fanfic / self-insert to like a Wuthering Heights type situation.
Nice.
It's quite entertaining. Ah, dear.
Those heights so wuthered.
Indeed. Did you know that wuthering actually is a word? And
Yes.
it means... Do you know what it means? Because wuthering, to wuther, is basically...
It's like wind or something? Is it like
battery?
wind
Yeah,
blown?
wind
Yeah.
battery. Yeah. I believe a Yorkshire dialect.
That's Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights!
Oh,
Sorry, Yorkshire.
God blimey. My hat's pretty wuthered today.
Yeah. Do you mean
Out.
Budot, get out?
Out
I
here,
wuther at my father, nice.
out here in
Very
Bewley.
good. Oh god, no. Don't remind me of that
No.
game. No.
We're not talking about Hobbs
No,
Banner.
because you can't remember it.
The, the excavation of Hobbs Banner.
Hobbs Banner.
Thomasina Bateman, this is a bad place for you. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But also, suddenly at the last second, I'm going to turn cold and decide with the bad guys.
Yeah. And it's nothing to do with a barrow.
No.
I was all excited.
Well, it's just a
Like,
mountain.
no, not going to get any good.
Just a pile of earth with some with a weird stuff buried in it. Sorry for
With a
spoiling
flipping
it again.
trapdoor underneath.
Aye.
Anyway.
But yeah, it would be remiss of me to not mention Philip K. Dick, who, I mean, wrote many a story, many of which I've enjoyed, and someone who I think I enjoyed his stories, but I've talked about this before. I would sort of struggle with them when I first started reading them because I would go to sci-fi for like, give me laser ships and
Lasers.
people like I've been reading like who is it? Ringworld stories. I can't remember a lot of
No idea.
Clark Asimov, Larry Niven. Was it Niven? Ringworld, maybe. Like the classic, like I want to say golden era. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but just stories about men doing science and things. And it's, in retrospect, we could have done better, but that's just what I was reading at the time. And like spaceships going to far places, and like hard sci-fi technology to varying degrees on the Mohs scale. And then you got Philip K. Dick, who would just come in, kick the door down and be like, what if everyone took drugs that made knees into soup? And like, what? No,
Yep.
Phil, that's not how this... No, I can see through time now because I licked a toad. Like, no, it's stop. That's not science. Like, please stop this. And
just him like running around a room, just ripping down all these spaceship posters and just putting like these weird kind of like.
Yeah, like
what if?
but then through that, like exploring fascinating scenarios that got deep into philosophy
Deep stuff,
and psychology and like and that was like, oh wait, that's very interesting to me. This is how you are exploring the nature of consciousness by having subjects that break that and rewrite it. And like, oh, okay, no, I like this. This is very interesting. Did I like the TV show? I think I watched a little bit of it. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't go back to it. But that's not really a damning review of the TV show. It
was a TV show?
Yeah, I think Channel 4 made like an adaptation of a number of his short stories.
Recent or?
Like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
Give or take.
Hi, Amorous. I like
hello.
That.
Yeah.
Chili teas.
Hey,
I like
welcome. That's it. Yeah, Philip K. Dick's
Oh,
Electric Dreams.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, like there's it's the joke about like Philip K. Dick's works get adapted into films called things like Paycheck and Blade Runner, and they're all titled things like What's Going Down at the Old Brain Factory then, and it's like, yeah, it's Blade Runner, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is the classic that everyone knows. But yeah, there's all sorts of, it's Black Mirror adjacent. It's that kind of vibe of like, we're going to take something weird, but then actually explore how that weirdness affects people. Oh, look, we're actually talking about modern day. We're not talking about like far distant future sci-fi and spaceships. That's an allegory for how we are today as actual people coping with each other and the society that we've built for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what sci-fi should do. It should hold a mirror up to us as people now.
Yep.
Not to go like, oh yeah, we shouldn't build the Torment Nexus, but we've built the Torment Nexus and we shouldn't do that. How do we undo it? And then large Philip K. Dick heads at tech companies decide that this is a cool thing that we should make, and we should, thank you, and we should call it X.
Is that a stroke of genius, or had you been sitting on that one for a while?
That literally just popped into my head as I was starting the
sentence.
sentence.
Well done. That was a good one. I am impressed.
You are welcome. That's it. That's your one for the year. I'm out now. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's what you got.
The best sci-fi and fantasy is at heart stories about human connections.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I want to
Yeah.
stop and think about that, but yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
Rather
Budot's
than-
impressed. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Also, Arian, maybe don't write anything ever anymore, or only write positive things.
Yeah.
'Cause that sounds like you have the gift of prophecy, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah, like write yourself a lottery ticket, like a winning lottery
Yeah,
ticket
exactly.
or something. That's
Yeah.
the way to go.
Yeah. Use your powers for good.
Yes. You want to get into horror? Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh, good luck.
Oh no. Hold on to your hats.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and that's like there's so many other books too that I can't. Well, the only other one I think I've got out on deck on my desk is Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie, which it's been a long time since I read, and I really should reread because it's very good. But I think was kind of one of my first actual encounters with a. It's written from the perspective of an android, I want to say, like a member of a hive mind collective on a ship who has become separated from it and now has to exist on their own. And like the confusing thing for me, and I think the reason like people were first like, oh, this is amazing, and recommended it around, not just because it's a good story, but because it deals with a protagonist who doesn't really see people the same way that we in society have been conditioned to, i.e. everyone is essentially they, them, and genderless to them through their perspective. And so that would be confusing to me at first, because it would be like, okay, could you just say he or she, please, so I know who you're talking about? And actually having to rewire your thinking to read this the way the book is written. And it's a very good book. And it was, I think, yeah, for me, like one of my first proper encounters with writing being done that way. And hey, it turns out it's a good thing. We should do it more. But yeah, it's a very good book. It's a cool sci-fi story, and there's 2 others I want to say in the series. I think I've read the second one. I don't remember it because it was a long time ago for me, like 10 years. But yeah, good books.
Trying to think what other ones I've got. I mean, I've got to say Invisible Cities, because
Hey,
good stuff.
yeah,
And for those of you who... I'm pretty sure I showed it last stream.
I think so.
Or stream
Yeah.
before. Sam got me a very, very shiny, lovely folio edition.
It's real pretty.
Pretty illustrations. That smell nice as well. Yes, it does. When I cut my nose.
No, don't.
I'm doing well today.
Oh.
So very well.
Yeah.
Ow. Oh,
Do not
doing
inhale the
well.
book. It's bad for you.
No. Yes, it does smell good. And it's got lovely. You probably can't see, but oh, there's a red kite on the back. I've only just noticed.
Ooh.
Hey, the bird.
Ah.
The bird.
Yeah.
The friend. Yay. Yes, Invisible Cities. Just. Oh, it's just escapism in the best form. It is just someone basically Calvino just going, I'm going to describe fictional cities, and they're all really incredible and just kind
Lol,
of
JK, it's just Europe.
well, yeah, also, but it's just escapism and beautiful escapism and written so well. It's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
That is good. And then just all of Dickens, because Dickens is great. There's got to be other ones. Problem is, I have read so many books.
Cool boast.
Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily a good thing, because I forget. I mean, Frankenstein was pretty great. I did like Frankenstein when I first read it. I was like, ooh, this is putting some important points down on paper. I feel like it's got to be like a horror one.
Is there a particularly formative one for you that, like, you remember, I guess, from like childhood, where you were like, ooh, and that like had, you know, like, obviously, like we talk about impacts that a book has had on you, and all of these things we have read, good, bad, for better or worse, have had some kind of impacts that you carry with you, right? It all alters the trajectory in some form. But is there something that's from way back when had like a significant, like, oh, almost like a, oh, this is my genre, this is what I like? Is there anything that stands out like that?
Well, yeah, I want to say The Go-Between again, because I did read that quite young. I read some stuff young that I should not have read.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely read some.
Probably same, actually, yeah.
What did I read? Was it by Khaled Hosseini, or was it someone else? I think it was by Khaled Hosseini. But that's probably how I probably butchered the pronunciation of his name. Chap who wrote Kite Runner.
Right.
I think it was A Thousand Splendid Suns, I know is the title, and I should not have read that as a 12, 13-year-old.
Sorry, I just read Amos's comment in chat.
Yeah, I know. Damn it, Amos.
Mate.
Yeah, like that for the age I was, I should not have read.
Yeah.
Because it was dealing with things like traumatic things of basically arranged marriages with girls who are like 12.
Cool.
What was it? Oh, Vikram Seth.
Okay.
Anybody who likes sort of poetic writing, read his stuff. He is a stunning writer, absolutely stunning writer. I absolutely love the way he writes. And again, read some of his stuff. Like, his books are like this thick. They are big books. And I read them when I was like maybe 14, something like that.
Yeah.
And one of which was called Unequal Music. And it's basically about the story of it's about the story of a violinist, which, like, looking back on it now is it's not a funny story at all. It's kind of tragic, but it's basically about how do you write that name? Which one? Vikram Seth. I think that's how you pronounce it. Vikram, as it sounds, Vikram, and Seth as in Seth, Seth. Actually, maybe Vikram doesn't have an H in it. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's basically about a story of a violinist who is sort of trying to get back to playing the violin, and it is it's a kind of heartbreaking story, and it's interwoven with this guy relearning how to play The Lark Ascending by Vaughan Williams.
Oh,
and which isn't funny at all, but now looking back on it, it's funny to me because Caroline, good friend of mine, used to be my flatmate. It was a running joke at one point that she was preparing to play The Lark Ascending on a little sort of mini tour and stuff, and she would not shut up about the fact that she was playing Lark Ascending. So now it's always like, did you play The Lark Ascending? Oh, you played The Lark Ascending, did you? So now whenever The Lark Ascending comes up in any context, it's just like, oh no, it's now got a comedic element that it doesn't need.
Oh no.
But yeah, in Unequal Music, it's it's a good book.
Nice.
I wouldn't say that was necessarily formative for me.
Yeah.
But it was certainly, I think it was probably the first fictional book I'd read about music. That music was an important part of it. I think.
Yeah.
Camera,
please. Camera's refusing to work.
Kitty cat. Other ones. I mean, in terms of like my interest in fantasy, I read Eragon when I was young, and that kind of made me go, "Oh, this is cool." And then, as he brought more books out, I was just like, "Oh no, I kind of hate it."
Yeah.
which is a shame. And then, reading it again, trying to read it again a few years later, I was just like, "Oh, you can tell he was 15 when he wrote this first book."
Yeah.
Oh, you read Goosebumps? I think I read Goosebumps books.
I never read a Goosebumps.
When I could, I never bought any, but I think if I found some at the library, I would read them. But do you think you grew a lot over time? Yeah. You read Eragon when you were young. It's good when you're young because you completely overlook the nepotism. Yes. And I'm stealing from this big franchise and this big franchise and tropes and tropes and tropes and tropes. So yeah. Horrible Histories books. Oh yeah, Horrible Histories books were and still are the bomb. They are so good, and we don't talk about the Aragon movie, Arian. Oh boy, was that a dumpster fire? That was a yeah. The only good thing about that film was Robert Carlyle, because he went for his part, and Robert Carlyle is amazing in everything he does. And he was trying very hard to suppress the Scottish accent, and it came out at certain moments, which just added to the unintentional comedy of the crappiness of that film. There is an Aragon movie. Yeah, it's crap. It's absolute just horse shit.
Great.
But yeah, no. Murtagh is even worse writing. Oh, is it? I haven't read that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the covers were stunning. I can't remember the artist, but he's a fantastic artist. But yeah, it was yeah. For anyone who hasn't seen the Aragon movie, I think you should all watch it because it's so bad. It is yeah. And I can't remember who they got to play Aragon. But unsurprisingly, I don't think he's been in anything else.
Oh.
His acting is so bad. He was, you know, the classic sort of, we've discovered this talent.
Was it a... Well, Harry Potter's successful, so let's do another one of those, and we'll make
kind
another...
of.
Yeah.
Little bit. Yeah, you're going to have to watch it now. It's also got flipping John Malkovich in it. It's got a surprisingly decent cast.
Sounds like they were trying.
They were. I think it had a fairly large budget. It was just bad. Ed Spielers, that was the name. Yeah, I've never seen him in anything else. Oh yeah, it's got Jeremy Irons in it.
Of course it's got, like, Jeremy Irons is not one to shy away from, like, you want me to come into this and put on a silly hat and chew the scenery? I'm there. Like, there was like a Dungeons and Dragons movie, I want to say, from like the late 90s, possibly, which was not very good. I've not seen it, but it's notoriously not very good. But I've got a feeling that's got Jeremy Irons in it. There we go. We've hit a nerve on Amherst. Good. Yeah, like movie came out the same year as Fellowship of the Ring. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons does not shy away from a silly task.
Jeremy Irons is yeah.
He will do it, and he will do it to his best ability.
Yeah.
Another one is just like, yeah, if you want 100% commitment, you cast Irons.
Yeah. Cast iron. Hey!
That one wasn't intended. That was good though. I'll count that.
Oh, sorry, Arian's saying there was also a Merlin series of books. I was like, no. If we're going on TV series that was amazing, but also incredibly crap, Merlin. You cannot go wrong with Merlin. Merlin is sheer silliness, and everybody on that set was having the time of their life. But it is so camp in the best way possible.
Nice.
And I have shamelessly watched the BBC Merlin series several times. It's so... I mean, again, fantastic cast. Merlin is so... Yeah, Merlin is very much its own thing. Merlin is just... It's a work of art, and it's beautiful. And I remember religiously watching as many of like the bloopers that I could find, because the vast majority of them were just Anthony Head, who plays Uther, just giggling, because that man cannot stop giggling. He's like this serious actor and a serious character, and the vast majority of them are just him going like that, just dying in a throne. It's like, what is going on with this cast?
Yeah.
You love Merlin the same way as you love Camp Pressure. Similar vibe.
I want to refer back to... I saw Thunder asking, does anyone else do the thing of everyone else hates the thing, so I'm going to love it extra out of spite and stubbornness?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like my reflex, and I call it that because it's something I have learned that I do, and I struggle to... and I want to control it and do it better, do better about it, is it kind of goes the other way. If everyone likes this thing, okay, I've decided I hate it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a good response. It's,
Greg Davies is not in Merlin.
that would be great.
But I would love it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but it's like I guess it's almost like a hipster gene or something like that. It's like, oh, everyone loves this thing, then I've decided that I don't like it. And I feel like it's partly like a response to everyone's talking about it or won't shut up about it. So I not out of spite, but I don't like it. I'm not going to like this. I'm not going to be interested in this. I just, no, put it away over there. And it's not like a sneery judgment. It's just, it's fine. It can exist over there. And I literally had that moment today when a band that I've heard about a lot, I eventually actually heard one of their songs, like a TikTok algorithm recommended it to me. And for a long time, I'd just been like, nope, not interested. Don't want to listen. Don't care. It's fine. Shut up. They're doing fine. They're selling out stadiums. I don't care. I'd never heard one of their songs. Listened to it earlier and was like, nah, this kind of rips, actually. No, this is pretty good. Damn, I guess I like them now. Okay, well, I'm angry that I like this, and I've just discovered a new band that I kind of like.
Yeah.
Saying you're trying to work against the prejudice. Yeah, which band was it? Enter Shikari? I don't know if there's another way to pronounce that. That's just how I would pronounce that. But it's like, it's just some like massively viewed TikTok video of them flying a drone out over the Wembley audience for like the start of like the you don't like them? That's fair. But like, I was like, this is good actually. This is kind of, yeah, it's kind of rips. Yeah. Damn. Okay. So yeah, I've not like fallen massively down a rabbit hole and be like, oh, I love all of these songs, but that one, banger. All right.
Yeah. I had a bit of the same with the whatchamacallit, the Last Dinner Party.
Yeah.
Because just like, well, mainly because it's like I'd heard their songs before they were released. It was just like, these seem okay, but I hadn't heard them not properly, and then suddenly they're doing incredibly well, and it's just like, oh, I felt the urge to go, oh, no, I don't want to listen to them. But actually listen to their album. I was like, oh, I see why.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are bangers.
I feel like for me, especially in the modern age, I say as an old man now, it feels more and more like
when I was a child,
when I was a child, independent bands roamed and everyone had to work equally for their attention, and now it like liking. I don't know if this is the thought I want to express, but it feels, I'm sort of forming it as I try to speak. It feels like everything wants your attention. Everything wants to succeed and get your views and get you to like it and to share it and to subscribe and smash the button and ding the bell and do all those things. And so kind of submitting to that and liking something that everyone else already likes and has like 5 million subscribers and is massively popular and viewed by everyone, and you can say the name and everyone's already got an opinion formed. It almost feels, I think to me, a little bit like defeat. Like, I have accepted that this is the way the system works and I shall like the same thing as everyone else, and that's okay. And that's just a weird perspective to have, that I'm just we're just doing live therapy on stream. Hey everybody, how's it going? I've taken 2 paracetamol, so you know, I'm like all my all my inhibitions are gone.
Yeah, we should probably take a break sometime soon.
Yeah, we should, and actually go play a video game instead. But yeah, I almost wonder whether that's a part of it. It's like why I'm deeply paranoid about what I watch on YouTube, because that's just going to tell the algorithm, you like this stuff, so I'm going to give you more of that. And so now I won't click a video unless I know already in advance that it's something that I want to watch, because I don't want to train the algorithm like that. And it's this, hey, getting back to sci-fi and the Torment Nexus and all that kind of stuff, it's the world we built for ourselves, where every view is counted as an expression of opinion and a like and a favour for this thing, and so you'll get more of it. And it's just kind of made me distrustful of the entire system that we've built. Yeah,
fair enough.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What you should do is become a musician who plays music that nobody likes, and then you can go, this is cool, and everybody else is like, you're making weird noises.
Oh, I can
stop it.
I can plug in a keyboard right now and make a bunch of music that nobody will like. That's easy.
Yeah.
I won't be able to play it again.
And that's called aleatoric music.
Yes. A big fan of Aleatoric. I love their first album.
It's just, yeah.
That's the guy with the weird, the demon face, right? Who does the, like, Come to Daddy and, you know, the rap video, the women in the yeah, no, that's not.
No,
No,
funnily enough.
okay, okay.
No, it's not.
The garlic mayonnaise thing?
This is a Belgian jazz stream now. If you're referencing the same thing that I was kind of about to reference, Amras, good job. So aleatoric music is just where you put notes on mice and let them run, and whichever one gets there first, that's the first note you play.
Mice can't play instruments. That's just
this
silly.
Composer was. You need to I need to make you watch Bill Bailey's Remarkable Guide to the Orchestra.
Okay.
It's very funny.
Right.
Very good. Aleatoric music is music left to chance. So basically, you like blindfold yourself and you pick a note, and that's the one you start with.
Amos, you're recommending to me Bill Bailey like that is someone that I have.
Oh yeah, no,
doing
Sam
a
has seen
bit?
plenty of Bill Bailey, just not that particular show.
My guy, are you doing a bit based on what I was just saying about popular things?
Bill Bailey is wonderful.
I am familiar.
Yeah.
I was watching Bill Bailey's show when it was just a BBC Two weekly thing before he even got big and was doing stand-up shows and selling out arenas and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
Was, yeah.
Great.
Sadly missed.
And seems like a genuinely decent human being, and also is big on like conservation, and likes birds.
My hipster is showing.
Drinking his small batch beer.
Small batch blackcurrant sour from a local brewery, no less.
Yeah. Oh, Amras, no. I have a DVD. It's all fine.
Yeah. Don't.
I like Bill Bailey for he's entirely bald. He's not entirely bald. How dare you? He's got a fabulous mane of hair on the back. But if Sam.
No worries, Thunder.
Oh, wait. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Ding that bell. Smash that like button.
Smash the notification button.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
I hate the system we have built.
Yeah. Bill Bailey is one of those people who seem to have had an incredible life. Yes. The thing I love about Bill Bailey is whenever he's on any kind of like game show or panel show or anything, I wonder if it's in his rider or whether he's legally contractually obliged to have some kind of instrument. There's always some instrument with him. He either has a tiny keyboard or he has a ukulele or a guitar or something. I love it. It's great. You saw the Tinselworm tour live and it was very good. Nice. Black Books. Black Books is wonderful. We should watch Black Books again.
I've seen Ross Noble live.
Oh yeah, you have.
I have. That was stressful because of the amount of audience interaction of someone who does not want to be interacted with in the audience. It's like
no, don't pick me, don't do it, don't do
basically
it.
sitting there white knuckling through the whole show. It's like, please don't notice me, please don't notice me, please don't notice me. But yeah, that's why I'd never want to go and see Darren Brown live because maybe you might get picked out and like.
Oh God, yeah.
Like...
Stream elements.
Nice.
Stop it.
Ross Noble is unhinged. Like that, I've talked about this before, but we're never going to get to the game. Sorry. The fascinating thing about him is how prepared and scripted everything is. And how he managed to make it feel like it's not. Like that's the skill. That's the art of his show.
He's got that real off the cuff thing, hasn't he?
Like it's just it's magic. It's alchemy. The ability to like pick someone at random, ask them a thing about their life, and then steer that onto the topic that he has prepared for one of his many, like, ADHD brain, inconsequential non-linear bits that will build to the ultimate punchline for the show. And it's the same punchline for every show. If you, like, read reviews of different shows, they'll all say, like... Or like, it won't be, like, the exact same one, but it'll be like, oh, yeah, this joke. And you go, wait, how... No, because he asked someone in the audience what what they had for breakfast on Tuesday last week, and they said this, and that got him talking. How did, what? And it's like, it's incredible.
Yeah, that is an impressive skill. Also, bye, Muka.
Bye.
I hope revision goes well.
Yeah, indeed.
Someone yelled out, "Blame the Vikings," and Bill just lost it. Great, love it. Sounds great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seen some comedians who ask the audience and don't actually use anything shouted from the audience, but pretend someone said it. Yeah, there's that.
That's always a bit kind of.
Yeah.
Boo.
No, I
Also,
feel
what's
like
the tiniest trumpet one could play? Sorry, I need.
Sorry, no, go for it. Yeah, take it.
It's literally called a pocket trumpet. It's this big. It's literally just a trumpet that's been gone.
Is that one of the ones that like Robbie tried or something, or picked up to try and learn it? And I remember we saw a picture like from their like band rehearsals where he had a tiny trumpet, and we're like, oh, he's got one of those. Yeah, good luck.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it might have been a pocket trumpet. Yeah, because they're cheap, but they are funny. And very silly.
Yeah.
But yes. Rammstein version of Never Eat Shredded Wheat. Oh, lol, and as bored as as possible. Yeah, I think I've seen that. I think there's like a clip of him doing that.
Nice. Good night, Llama.
Stupid. Good night, Llama. But yeah, no, it's I think the Kraftwerk version of the Hokey Cokey,
yes, yeah,
is peak.
And note to the American listeners, Hokey Cokey.
Yes. What do they say? Hokey Pokey?
Yes.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. And the reggae version of the Downton Abbey theme.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not the bullion spoon.
I'm gonna stop. I remember like raving to literally just the BBC News at 10 intro. Like the like just basically playing that, just be like, this is like an unironic club banger, like some apocalyptic rave dance tune. It's incredible. Like yeah. Oh, people suddenly start only yeah. People are only just learning about Bill Bailey's amazing versions of things. Yeah.
Just go on. Everybody needs to go on a Bill Bailey
this is your homework.
Journey of discovery on YouTube.
Whatever the hell you feel like it.
Also look up is it French European Sirens or just Bill Bailey Sirens? That's a journey too.
Yes.
They're kind of our sirens are all very more than my job's worth. And then European sirens are more like, yes, there is an emergency, but let's enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
It's possibly one of my favourite sketches of his.
I mean, I know what the Discord's going to be consumed with for the next 24 hours, so I guess just post up your favourite Bill Bailey clips.
Yeah, I'm sure I will do so as well.
Yeah. Oh, Angeline, you just catching on.
And Sandman played only on old car horns, yes. The hornophone, it's an official instrument. Bill Bailey made it. Sorry.
Oi!
Oi! It's fantastic. Yeah. I saw him live once.
Oh, good.
And he was supported by Chaz and Dave. It was perfect. It was absolutely fantastic.
Someone said to me, "This person considers BBC News intro a banger. Your brain would absolutely go to me." It is though. It's like
it is great.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to sing as well.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's good. Should we go to a break and then play some?
Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's. Yeah, I don't know how late we're going to go.
We started low energy and now we're just slightly delirious.
You realise we still got to make characters for Stardew, so.
Well, I guess that's going to be this stream.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't going to be like the full time talking over the games. This is.
No,
I'm just doing it because it's a new update. And
we're doing it because we
want to play Stardew.
We should play Stardew again.
But no, when we finish Mothman, I want to go over to a different game.
Oh, thingy.
Citizen Sleeper, because it's
that one.
Real good.
Yes. Yeah.
But posting Cockney Rock to the Discord during the break, go for it. Let her rip.
Yes. Also, yes. Good night, Erin.
Good night. Yes, thank you for being here. Yeah. Okay. We're going to stop ourselves talking and go to a break. So.
Yep.
See you back in like 5 minutes. 5-minute break. Do you just need a short one, or do you want to go and boil
5
water and stuff?
Fine for me.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. See you back here in 5 minutes. So, friends. Bye for now.
Bye for now.